still banging this music. Let me make sure we're good. Make sure that music cuts off so you guys can hear me nice and smooth. All right. Listen, what's up, people? We are back in the house. Better Together podcast. I am here with my lovely host, my cousin-in-law, Miss Ashlea Barber. What's up, Ashlea?
Good morning, everybody. Look at me. I'm already tongue-tied. So excited to be here. I hope everybody is all right on this wonderful Thursday. And what's up, cousin-in-law?
What's up? I mean, we're back at it again. Back another week in the studio, making it happen, talking about business stuff. You guys, you mentioned last week that you guys went, had a little event, like CEO business type building event.
Yeah.
And my sister and your sister-in-law and the cousin, they was all there. Everybody was there.
Listen.
And they all want to
all
start
of your
business.
family, all of my new family, we showed up. So yes, your cousin Maya, your sister Toya, your cousin Erica, my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And then my husband was there to see my presentation. So your family, my family, we represented at the whole CEO conference put on by the Rigsby Law Firm.
Perfect. Now these we've been having conversations. I've been seeing a lot more postings by my sister. Everybody's excited about getting their businesses started.
Everybody.
And we wanted to make sure that we help them out a little bit this week and give them a little encouragement and how to stay sane in this thing. Listen, I've had a business since I was about 8. Since I was 8 years old.
I can't.
And I'll tell you guys about. I think I told.
What was your
before.
business at 8?
All right, listen. Folks,
what was your business at 8?
Sometimes
what was your business at 8?
All right, listen.
Stop it.
So I was in the buy low. We call it arbitrage, buy low, sell high, business.
What?
So I wasn't necessarily buying. I was getting some product for free. And selling it at lunchtime to friends.
Okay.
Candy bars, and then at some point they say you can't have this stuff for free anymore. Because it's actually a crime. You can't, taking candy from the store and selling it to people on the playground. So that started my adventures into entrepreneurship. I learned a valuable lesson early on, and now here we are. However many years later. Still in this game, which I love. So before we get started, I want to tell you guys a story real quick because I was driving yesterday and I saw this picture.
Here we go. Here we go, y'all. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I think we got to have like a pop-up or some graphic that's like, Mr. High Level's Corner or like Unc's Lessons or something like that, right? It'll pop up. We'll work on that. So
Can we make it like a bobblehead?
Yeah, we can do it. Yeah,
a caricature.
Yeah. Listen,
however you say that.
To all my friends out there that are in graphic design, here's what I need. I need this little animation of me popping up when I'm about to do story time.
We both need one.
Right? We need
both need one. That would be hot. Please hit us up.
Yeah, hit us up. All right, so let me pull this up for you guys real quick, just so I could give you the lay down. So I was driving yesterday and I saw this sign. Okay, we're back. There we go. So if you don't have money, you got to do the things that you got to do in order to make sure that you look good without sacrificing all the dollars. So I saw this sign yesterday when I was driving. It reminded me of when I was a kid. So my mom used to give us money, me and my brothers, Antoine and Dante, to go get a haircut. Back in the day, haircuts were like $15-$20. And you would go to the barbershop, reputable barbershop, and have the barber cut your hair. There's enough money for a tip. So she gives about, something like $40, something to get everybody's haircut. And so we go down to the barbershop, but there was a student barber college kind of close, catty corner to the real barbershop. Mm-hmm. So, I was like, oh, wait, here's how I can put some more money in my pocket, right? I'll just take my brothers over to the student barber shop.
Dang.
It keeps it. I think it was like $5 a cut at the time, right?
Dang.
So I paid $15 instead of $40. I kept the change, you know. And so I go over
This
to.
is horrible. This is a horrible story.
It's a
This
great
is
story.
a horrible story.
Everything.
It is supposed to be love your neighbor as thyself.
It is.
Okay.
Listen, I love our brothers.
Did you at least
all
like
right?
get them something with the extra
No,
food?
see, here's what happened. Let me say what happened was, no, I kept the money, went to Pizza Hut. Remember those personal pan pizzas? I'll give me,
This
personal
nigga
pan
gives
pizza.
them personal
And then
pan
I would give them
pizza.
one slice, and then I would keep the rest of the slices. It's all right. It's personal pan pizza. It's personal.
Y'all,
Personal to me.
he couldn't even share the pizza.
I
that he
couldn't share
got.
the pizza.
He shared. What would
I
that be
could
like?
not.
Would that be mathematicians? Is that like a quarter?
It's a quarter. They got a quarter
What is
pizza.
one slice of a personal
It's
pan?
4 slices.
Was this
so
Pizza
that was a
Hut? Because
quarter.
Pizza Hut is super. They were thick, but they were small.
Yeah, they're small. All right. I might have got an extra one for myself. I don't know. But I would get, it all worked out until it didn't. Right. So one time we go over there, felt pretty good about it. And this dude completely messed up Antoine's hair. Completely messed it up. I mean, this was the worst haircut in the history of haircuts. His hairline was in the middle of his head, not in his forehead, but the middle of his head. Man, I got in trouble that day. We won't mention what happened, but probably got beat a little bit. But it all works until it didn't, right? Kind of like business, right? You go into a thing, you think everything's gonna work. It works until it doesn't. So today's episode, you like that transition? You like how to do that? Today's episode, we're going to talk about, everyone always has great intentions, and they always go into business with, they want to save the world.
Mm-hmm.
But there has to be, you got to keep your mental health in check.
Right.
While you do that, Ashley.
Right. So, two things. I'm just still stuck on the part that you got your brother's hair jacked
It
up
was jacked.
for pizza.
Pizza, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for pizza.
Second of all, tell me why I didn't know you had brother.
Well, Antoine and Dante, they've been around. They're friends of the family.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, you have brothers.
Yeah, they're my brothers.
Oh, wow. You learn something new every day about the people that you see every week. Good grief. Okay, so yes. So owning a business is one of the most fulfilling, but sometimes the hardest thing you will ever do. No joke. Because, so I'm Ashley in Favor, the relationship restorer. And so you basically, as an entrepreneur, end up having a relationship with your business, right? Because first of all, you got to figure out where you fit in your business. So what is your relationship to your business? So when you first start out, a lot of times you are your business, depending on, what you're selling or what you're doing or what your product is. But then as it grows, do you move into a CEO role? Are you still an employee of your business where you're still, selling or doing the service, whatever the case may be? But there's so many decisions that you have to make as an entrepreneur or a business owner. And this is where having your mental health in check is really important. So a lot of times you have to be able to pivot. You have to be able to change things when things aren't going the way you planned. Sometimes you're dealing with difficult customers, depending on, what business you're in. You're getting bad Google reviews. That can take you down if you don't have a tough skin. Or, for example, if you have traumas from the past, if you were bullied, if your siblings used to bully you, and then you own a business and then somebody writes a negative review, you're going down that tunnel. That is a trauma trigger. That could put you in depression. That could make you anxious. Or maybe you're just a person, who can't focus. So, you might end up having like ADHD symptoms because you're so stressed and overwhelmed. A lot of entrepreneurs are not physically healthy, because they're overworked or overstressed. A lot of times, they spend so much time in their business, their marriages, or their relationships with their families fail. So once again, your mental health plays a huge role in how you run your business.
So you're saying that, the stress, those bad reviews could cause you to put your Crocs in sport mode. That's why you take the chains off or tuck your chains and put them in sport mode. Because some of those people be wild. Like, matter of fact, I got a Google review for a landscaping company. This lady went out of her way to call me all sorts of names and
Called you all sorts
call
of
me
names?
all sorts of names because we
Yeah.
went over there to try to help her out.
Yeah.
And it was in this and in that, and F this, and
Oh my God.
I said, "Listen, lady, I'm done. I can't help you."
She came out of pocket.
And then she went to Google. Then she went to Google.
Yeah, and it sucks, because as a business owner, you can't. I mean, I guess you could, but you don't always want to go over explaining or say something negative to them, especially in my field. We can't really say much, and so the negative reviews that we have gotten are always about marriage therapy. And we have all these things on our website about how coming to marriage therapy is we do not have a magic wand. It is not a magic fix. If you've had a problem for like 8 years or 8 to 10 years in your marriage, it does not mean that you come to marriage therapy and it's going to be fixed. Marriage therapy is for you to come to a solution. But when people think of solution, they think of something positive. And a solution could mean that you guys do not end up together, that the best solution for your issue is that you guys separate, which people do not get. People think that they can go and do all of these crazy things in their marriage and then show up for marriage counseling, not willing to change or, move forward or admit that they did something wrong or change their communication style, and think that therapy is just going to work. And then they go on Google and talk about how it's our fault. And it's just like, well, one, I didn't marry you, okay? Two, I didn't tell you who to marry.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And three, I didn't tell you to wait this long to come into marriage therapy. And, sometimes people just aren't compatible. But because of your past trauma, you're trying to stay with a person because you have abandonment issues or you have avoidant issues or you have attachment issues. Maybe your mom or dad left you when you're young. So even though this person isn't good for you, you're going to hold on with dear life. Whatever. My point is that our negative reviews always, hands down, come from marriage counseling. Lord help us.
Listen, before we get into what we're getting into today, go deeper dive, getting you guys the tools and techniques because that's what we do.
Right.
Here, I got to let you know a few things. So check this out. The podcast is for educational entertainment purposes only. The content discussed is not a replacement for therapy or a formal therapy session or group. This is not therapy and or therapy group, and all content is generally based and not specific to any issue, problem, or person due to lack of a personalized information and absence of a signed agreement from all parties stating that this is a therapy session or group. Let's get it. All right. Now, Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
Reviews can cause stress, anguish, the bad ones.
Right.
Long hours. Because listen, folks, I don't care who you are. Starting a business is hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can see these overnight millionaire dudes. Like, that's not how it happens.
Right.
All right. You have to put in the work. You can go in with a better plan, but you still got to put in the work to make it happen. And while you're putting in that work, it might be a 16-hour day, a 20-hour day, just to get things up and off the ground. You're not going to grind and hustle like that forever,
right?
Because you're going to make moves in your business so that you don't have to do that. You're going to have the right people, et cetera. But in the beginning, you got to put in the time to make it work, right? Stuff just doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
While you're doing that, all sorts of things happen. You stop going to the gym. You stop, making those connections that you would normally make every day. You kind of, because you're putting your all into this new thing, that could be stressful. Mm-hmm. So what are some of what's a technique for people to just stop for a second? Mm-hmm. We talked a little bit about work hard, play hard. So
right.
What are some of the things that people could do to one, notice that this is happening? Because a lot of times we're just in it,
right.
Forget about other things because we're so focused on this one thing.
Mm-hmm.
What are some things that people can help them realize like what's happening and then push through it?
Yeah. So, you'll notice that you're irritable, moody, You might not be able to sleep at night because your body isn't getting the balance of rest and restore in the parasympathetic nervous system. Your eating patterns might be off. And that's really easy to do as a new entrepreneur or any business owner. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people want to get the work done and then, go eat and go play. But your eating patterns will be off. Your sleep patterns will be off. You may be moody. You may start gaining weight. You may not find excitement, or you may not be restored in the activities that you used to like to do, because you just can't get your mind off your business, or you're so tired, or you're so frustrated. And life just becomes a rat race of, what do I got to do for my business? What do I got to do for my business? So the easiest way to not get to this point, which is basically burnout. Burnout is you wake up in the morning, you're still tired. You're like, ugh, I'm doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different result, right? And sometimes you do get there. Like if you're on the right path, sometimes your business gets there. You get to have more work-life balance. But other times you can just get so caught up in the monotony of the day and just the tasks, and you're not really moving anything forward like you thought you were, right? So you kind of get stuck. The way that I make sure that I don't get stuck in the monotony is I break up my day and I put all of my self-care on my work calendar. So, if I go get a massage, or I'm going to go to yoga, or I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to get lunch with one of my friends, that is already worked in to my work schedule. So I cannot put a client there, or I cannot meet with another therapist there, or I'm not taking a phone call for a speaking event there. It's on my calendar just as if it was something for work.
I always say, if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't happen. Right?
Okay.
If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't happen.
Right.
And so, you have to schedule those things in like you would schedule everything else.
Right.
Right?
You have to schedule everything. I mean, so if you're maintaining a relationship while you're starting a new business, or you have a business, you have to schedule date nights. You have to plan the vacation ahead of time. Make sure you get your doctor's appointments in, because that's a big thing that we see a lot too. A lot of times when people start a business or have a business, you neglect yourself. So the dentist appointments get pushed off, the yearly exams get pushed off, all those type of things go on the back burner. And then all of a sudden you've got an ulcer in your stomach, and, they're like, well, we could have caught this earlier. You got this huge root canal. And you've just kind of been ignoring it because you've been so busy. You've been ignoring the little ache in the back of your mouth. So it's really one of these things, Damien, where you have to put the mask on yourself before you put it on your business, especially if you are your business.
I wish I had that. Isn't that like a song by the Migos? Mask on or mask off? Is that one of those songs?
I don't know.
I gotta check.
I just know on the airplane when you get on, they tell you if you're a parent that you put the mask on you
first
before you put it on your kids.
Yes.
But go Migos.
Exactly. You have to put your mask on first. And fellas are bad at that too. Guys are really bad because, they don't want to go to the doctor anyway. So I spent, from 25 to 35 not going to the doctor. And
right.
I'm like, well, what's all this stuff wrong with me? And, now we have to start at 35, reversing everything.
Trying to get it back.
The past, 10 years. So,
well, the thing about that, when you're an entrepreneur and you have that mindset, especially if you're a male, if you're like, oh, I don't need the doctor, you know what I mean? Just think about how much cheaper it is to go to the doctor and get checkups versus end up being like 40 or 50
right.
and having to go to the doctor to get a major surgery that you could have prevented. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So if you're a money person, that might persuade you to just go ahead and get those checkups.
Yeah, just get it done. Now let's look at the opposite side of that, right? So the people who go in and go all out and do the thing and get stressed out because they're in the thing every day. What about the people who are perpetually planning to take the step?
Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about those folks.
Oh my
right. Those folks who never jump. Listen, folks. If you're planning to start a business 2 years ago, COVID happened, or 3 years ago, however long it's been.
2020.
You were in COVID. You're like, you know what? Now's the time for me to start a business.
Yeah.
And then right now it's February, 2023, and you're still planning. Stay where you're at. Because, you, until you're actually ready, right? Go ahead and retire and then do the thing. Because, I have conversations. Listen, I'm just telling you, I have conversations with people all the time. I'm the complete opposite. I'll hop in. I'll make some stuff happen. If it don't happen, cool. Right?
What's your personality type?
Right?
Yeah.
They say baseball, right?
Yeah.
Some of the guys who are highly paid, the highest paid people, $450 million contracts, are only successful 30% of the time. That means they aren't successful 70% of the time. They have a 300 batting average. That means they've missed the ball 70% of the time, and they're making $450 million.
Wow.
So I'm like in the mindset of, listen, let me jump in, make this thing happen. Maybe it might work, maybe not.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try to see if it does, right? And then I can build off of those failures instead of always just wanting the one success.
Yeah.
Right? So let's talk about those people who are perpetual planners.
Oh my goodness.
How do they jump?
The perpetual planners and procrastinators. Let's add that there. So once again, it may be a good idea for you to go to therapy first and deal with the trauma that's stopping you from moving forward. Because a lot of time it's a fear mindset. A lot of time it's, no, I have to have all things in order before I do this. There's always a situation or an excuse or a goal to hit before you actually move forward. And so sometimes if you go to therapy and we can clear out whatever that root cause that makes you feel that you need to have all of these things in order, or that you're not worthy enough, or, I had one client talking to me about, she's starting a Pilates business, but in the back of her head, like we talked about before, the imposter syndrome, it's just telling her she's not good enough. What makes her think she can run a business? And so we had to literally EMDR that and figure out where that came from. And the root of it was really interesting. And it was something that she never would have thought about, right? And now she's moving forward with her business. So that's what I mean. That's one of the reasons why you need to take care of your mental health before you become an entrepreneur, in my opinion. But, if you're already an entrepreneur, come and get it done, because there might be another stream of business that you can jump into, but you're just too scared or fearful or don't think it's for you. Your mind is a powerful thing. There's so much power. It's biblical. There's power, life and death in the tongue, right? And so you have the opportunity to control these thoughts in your head. You're the only one that can do that. People on the outside can tell you, oh no, you're great, you're awesome. But if you don't really feel like you're worthy, or that you can do it, or you can push through when times get hard, then being an entrepreneur is going to be rough for you, because times are not always going to be easy. Like Damien said, it doesn't matter what people tell you. Once people hit Instagram and they're making $1 million, ask them how many Instagram videos they had to edit and how many hours they spent making those Instagram videos, and how much makeup and how much time they spent on their makeup. All those things that these people do behind the scenes, and then they just make it look so easy because they put it on 3-second mode for the video, and we all think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say that 4.4 million new businesses popped up during the pandemic, Damien.
How many are still around?
Well, that's the question, right?
How many are still around?
I don't know. Now, that statistic I don't have.
Now, I know a lot of those businesses probably went out of business because they missed one important detail.
What's that?
That's having the right tool in your back pocket to get this thing started. Now, for me, if I was starting a business, I would go directly to MrHighLevel.com, get all the tools that I needed in one place, and make that happen. But don't take my word for it. Watch this.
Welcome to High Level. We're an all-in-one platform that gives you everything you need to capture, nurture, and close leads like never before. In High Level, you'll find features like a full CRM, funnel, website, course, marketing automations and email builders, a consolidated email, SMS, WhatsApp, and social chat stream, reputation management, social media posting, and so much more. And the best part is, High Level is fully white label, which means you can brand the platform and mobile app with your logo and company colors. then resell it to your customers for a monthly subscription that goes straight into your agency's bank account. The powerful combination of software plus your service and expertise will drive your customers' retention and your profits through the stratosphere. Sign up for a 14-day free trial today.
Now, look, if you go to MrHighLevel.com, you'll get an extended 30-day free trial instead of the 14-day free trial. And look, folks, you should have your complete business set up within the first 7 to 14 days that you get the tool, and you should be generating leads at that time, inputting them into a system that'll help you talk to them in the way they want to be talked to. So go to MrHighLevel.com, get the 30-day extended free trial. Don't run, fly. Okay? Don't run, fly, and go pick that up. You won't be disappointed, folks. Now, look. On the mindset of jumping in and flying, I think I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna try something new.
Oh,
I'm gonna try something new. I think, folks, I'm gonna see about this pilot's license. I'm gonna get in the air, fly around a little bit. That's what I'm gonna jump into. That might be the new hobby. We're gonna check it out. Take a discovery flight this weekend, see how that goes. Now, I like trying new things. I like pushing myself to the max. I like doing things that people say you probably shouldn't do that, right? Like fly airplane, right? Like,
have you gone bungee jumping?
I haven't been bungee jumping, but I've been skydiving.
Oh, did you like it?
Yeah, it was dope. It was fun.
Okay.
It's great. Matter of fact, I'll share that video with you guys of me jumping out of an airplane.
Well, that makes sense, Mr. High Level.
Yeah, Mr. High Level has to be jumping out of planes.
And driving them, or
and
flying them.
All right, that's next. But look, folks, if you are looking to start a business, okay, and you've been on the fence for a while, there's no better time as far as like opportunity, as far as like technology, as far as like you being able to get out there and make something pretty much bootstrapped out of your pocket without a whole lot of money. With High Level, it takes $100 to get started. You know, I just want to encourage you to take the leap. I want to encourage you to do the thing that you're passionate about. You know, you don't have to quit your job today. You don't have to quit your job, 6 months from now. But if you go into work, if you find yourself waking up every morning like, here we go again. I got to go in the office and deal with Karen. Okay? Karen's always eating my food
Karen.
out of... It's not Karen. It's not... Who is it? Karen's
Not
always
Karen.
eating my... She's always eating my food out of the refrigerator
Real
in my
talk,
lunch
that
bag.
happens.
Right?
That happens.
Listen, I'm not going to say I might have been one of those ones.
You're
that get
horrible.
lunch.
You listen, we know
I'm
it's
not
you.
saying.
You're the one who
Listen.
got your brother's haircut
Listen.
jacked up and got a tiny little pizza and
I'm
sitting
not
out for
saying.
2 weeks. He got to look crazy. We know it's you eating people's lunch.
Listen, you're looking for your tuna sandwich, and I'm like, man, that tuna was good.
That's disgusting.
That tuna was
That
good.
is disgusting. That low key, I was a clinical director at a place, and one of the employees came to me and told me that someone ate their lunch. What in the world? Like, you don't even know what this person's house looks like.
You don't.
Like, you
They
just
might have
in
cats.
there.
Cats on the counter while they're making the set. Oh my gosh, let's not start.
Dog hair everywhere.
Everywhere.
No washed hands.
Listen, folks, but I'm saying you might find yourself in one of those situations and you're tired of carrying eating your lunch. All right? There's no better time for you to start your business. Go ahead, take the leap, take the jump, make it happen. Today. Ashley, what else we got for the people today? We're right on time. I keep telling people we're gonna make this thing longer. We're out of time already. We're over time. Already. What else you got for the people?
So listen, if you're an entrepreneur or you have an entrepreneurial spirit or you are thinking about starting a business, but you know that there's something in the back of your mind that's stopping you, come check us out at favorandgraceunderfire.com. Let's do a little therapy consult. Let's see if we can take care of the trauma that's stopping you from moving forward in your life. There's a lot of freedom in being an entrepreneur. So come and see us. Let's get that done.
favorandgrace.com. And listen, folks, as always, MrHighLevel.com to start and grow your business. This is the only tool you need to make it happen. It has all the tools in one place for you. All right. Instead of paying all this money out of pocket to do all this other stuff. That's it, folks. We'll see you next time that we do this Better Together podcast. Thanks for joining us, and we out. The podcast is for educational entertainment purposes only. The content discussed is not a replacement for therapy or a formal therapy session or group. This is not therapy and or therapy group, and all content is generally based and not specific to any issue, problem, or person due to lack of a personalized information and absence of a signed agreement from all parties stating that this is a therapy session or group. Let's get it.